All right, we back at it. Chuck Dizzle here, live and direct, man. I got a Chicago native in the building, OTF affiliate. Loyal bros, stand up, man. Booka600, man. Appreciate you coming on through, man.
What's up, buddy?
I'm good, man. First of all, I got to talk about the album. It's out right now. 4th album, right?
Yeah.
Do for Love.
Yeah.
It's out right now. First of all, I want to kind of get into the name, the title, the meaning behind it, because when I was listening to it, I'm like, damn, there's a couple of different things that it may feel like it's all about love, but it's different things when you scratch the surface. So I'm really interested in how you kind of came together with the name of it, what's the meaning, and you know when people are hearing it, what do you want them to receive when they hear "Do for Love"?
The whole perspective of it is like every song is like so when I picked the title of the album, right? I listened to the whole album throughout, right? And then so it's every song was like I'm due for some love on every song, where it's like people being ungrateful. So it's a song on there, be grateful. Right. You know, people being ungrateful, you feel like you do for love. People wasting your time, you feel like you do for love. You grew up on drugs without support, goddamn it. You feel like you do for some love.
Now,
so
are these all experiences that you personally had, or is it experiences that you're extracting from people that you may know, or is it, if we had to put a barometer on it, percentage-wise, the experiences that come directly from Booka600 on Do for Love, what would you say percentage-wise these experiences what?
So right now in my life, like, I'm at a point where that's probably like 90%.
90%.
Yeah.
So, but I'm talking about the specific, and we'll get into certain tracks, but like the experiences on the album, everything on there, you're saying about 90% of the album is your real life.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bro.
So you got a few lines that's probably talking about some bro done been through, or some sis done been through, like something like that. So.
Got you. Okay, so 11 tracks on the album, man. We'll dive into specific songs as well. And forgive me, the way I kind of do shit, I just like jot down different lines and different parts of songs that I hear. I didn't even figure out what song it was on. I was just like, yo, this is crazy when you said, like, for example, you talking about your uncle passing away due to cancer, right?
Yeah.
Real experience.
Yeah, real experience.
The crazy part about that, the reason why that resonates with me, I got a buddy of mine who just beat colon cancer. Yeah. At the age of 40. So it's like, you talk about this, your uncle passing away at the age of 40, man. What due to colon cancer, like, talk about that experience and, you know, what that does to you, like how close you guys were, and you know, why was this something that you had to put in the song?
So I just feel like a lot of people can relate, because like cancer is like, that's what's really taking lives. Yeah. Like, you know, you got, I don't know if they would call it a disease or what they call it, like something else, but like, you're not really losing too much, like from like common shit that's going around. Like COVID take lives, but a lot of people were strong enough to withstand it. Like cancer is like, when people get cancer, it's like a death sentence, period. Like, out of everything you can catch from HIV, from like whatever, like all the shit, but like cancer is one of them, like, damn, like
it kind of hurts.
It hurts and make you think about
depending on when you get it too. You know what I mean? There's certain times if you catch it early enough, the early stages, they can, you know, do chemo, medication, they'll figure it out. But in certain cases, it's like you said, it's too. Like, what was his situation, your uncle?
So it was more like I don't know if it's like genetics, but it was just like drugs, and you know. So whatever he was doing, he probably didn't go get it checked out. Even when he knew you had it, some people, like, even when they know they have it, they still not own it. Like, should go to every doctor's appointment, should go to every chemo session. Like,
so for you, does that change your perspective of saying, like, okay, like, I'm going to get my physical every year, I'm gonna do this? Like, did that flip the switch for you?
I watch how I eat. I watch everything. Like,
are you
everything
like, are you on a diet or anything, like keto or anything like that?
I just don't. I don't eat meat, so I just be on just fish.
How do you do that?
I've been doing it for 4 years though.
You gotta. I'm not gonna say you gotta show me the way, but what was the biggest takeaway that you got from, like, how did you get to that point?
So I know it'd be hard for other people, but like growing up, I always been like, if my mom would take us, I got 2 brothers, so if my mom would take us to McDonald's, I'd be like, I don't want no hamburger, I want fries and probably a fish sandwich,
so
or like.
Was already early on it.
Yeah,
anyway.
and I'm already a person that be like animals. I watch animals. I watch a lot of Animal Planet and shit. So I'd be like, man, look how that lion just did that gazelle, or look how, you know, like chickens and shit. Like when people shoot down hogs and all that shit. So
you a PETA motherfucker?
Yeah, I used to be like, damn.
Got you.
Why they got to go through that shit? Like,
got you. But you ain't gonna lie. You can't lie to. You know, sometimes a burger just kind of tastes good, though. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on where you at.
I just look at it different now. Yeah. So, like, when I see it, I'd be like, damn, they really eating chicken. Yeah. Like, I don't know how I became that, but, like.
And especially, like, with certain things now, factory made, like, that's the thing that got me. Certain documentaries I've seen, it's like, I know it was bad, but, like, when you kind of see what they go through, it does make you kind of second guess, like, all right, I still haven't got to that point, so I applaud you for being able to cross the line. As you said, 4 years, right? No meat?
Yep.
Jeez, that's okay.
That's a long time.
That's a long ass time.
We come from, like,
exactly.
the households we come from. Like,
what do you do for Thanksgiving? So you just, like.
I just deal with the sides. Because, you know, even for Thanksgiving, they don't really make fish like that. Well, not well.
Nah.
My people, they don't. You ain't really gonna.
So you just gonna have like the mac and cheese.
And the greens.
The greens. Got you. Like, the mashed potatoes. They got that. I got you. Okay. All right. So that, I mean,
potato salad. They got tuna salad. Like,
got you. But you're not all the way into it. So I mean, like, because some people will say dairy is not good for you. Some people say eggs ain't good for you. So you're not that far into it.
See, I'm that far as eggs.
Really?
But
so
like,
you haven't fucked with eggs?
I make a bowl of cereal like once a month. But I ain't fucking with no eggs. Like,
so, but do you do whole milk or do you like do oat milk?
I do almond milk.
Almond milk. Yeah. See, we can go down a whole rabbit hole. I was in the almond milk for a minute, and I heard that almond milk wasn't good for you, so now I switched to oat milk.
Yeah, that's what they say. That's how you got to convert over. You go from whole milk, then you trickle down to
the 2%.
2%,
and then
almond.
Okay.
Then, because they say you can't just go to oat milk, like it's hard.
No. Yeah, it's like damn near like water. You know what I'm saying? They don't.
So my son on almond milk. So he never been on his whole. He went from like breast milk. Then he like went to Similac for a little while, but he went straight to almond milk.
So does he have ice cream?
He eat ice cream,
but he doesn't go wholehearted with the milk like that.
No.
Damn, that y'all good. My son, actually, to be honest, my son doesn't eat cereal like that. So I think he's on that same wave. Like the only thing that he's on is like ice cream. I'm interested. You are a father. I'm a father as well, man. And I always ask artists specifically and just people that I come in contact with, man. What dad advice would you give to other fathers out there? You got a son and I got
a daughter. My daughter 4 and my son 1.
Okay, so you got 2 kids.
Yeah.
I'm about to have my second one. All right, I got a boy that's 4, and I got another boy that's coming in March.
Yeah.
What dad advice could you give to somebody like myself that's going from 1 kid to 2? What can I expect?
Just try no matter what. Like, and you couldn't. It's just like you be learning different. Like you'll be thinking you look at children this type of way, and you'll have your 1 kid, and you'll be like, oh, that's how kids is.
Yeah.
And then your second son will come out and be
nothing like the first one.
Nothing like the first one. So you think you got a kid and you know how kids is. Yeah. You don't know how kids is because everyone that you have, I learned like it's going to be different. Like no matter what, if you had your 10th kid, gonna be different from your first kid. Your 20th kid gonna be different from your second kid.
So for you, what was that thing that you were like, okay, he's different, or she's different than what he is?
Yeah.
For you, what was that thing that when you first realized that, like, oh, these kids is different? Like, what character trait did one of your kids have that the other one didn't?
My daughter, she'll be chilling. She's super chill. She gonna sit down, eat her chips, and you know, my son, he gonna get the chips, pour them all over the bed, jump off the bed, like.
Wait,
he be up all morning. My daughter get up in the morning and she'll be like chilling in the bed. My son get up in the morning, he jumping off the bed to go do everything in the house. So
you got me concerned. Your daughter is the oldest?
Yeah.
Your daughter's the oldest.
They say your second one always.
Why you gonna do that to me, Booka? Why you gonna do this to me, Booka? I'm sitting here looking like.
Nah, that's the saying. No,
you're literally saying everything. My son, never had no problem with sleep.
Yeah.
Potty trained like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Talked like we communicated early. He didn't keep us up at night.
Yeah.
So now I swear, bro, if this happens, I'm calling you.
I'm telling you,
I'm calling you
crying all
for
night.
Some advice. Like, put this little one to sleep. I need some help. What do I do?
Yeah.
They say the second one. Okay, all right. So the second one's gonna be completely different from the first one.
Way different, man. Like,
hey man, don't put that juju on me, man.
Nah, knock on wood, but you ain't going to sleep with him. You got all your sleep with the first one.
All right, man. So okay, let's take it back. 2018, you dropped 6 Summers. Then is it Word to LA or Word to Lie?
Word to LA.
LA. Okay. In 2019, and then Loyal. which you recently dropped in 2021. What do you feel like the difference is between Do for Love and all the other projects? What's the enhancement? What's the step up for this go round?
All right, so I just say like not in note, but like the ones that was first was like I'm free. I'm just going in here and doing it. Mm-hmm. The second one was more like
free in what sense?
When I say free, I mean like not even putting much into it.
Okay.
So when I record, I'm just recording.
Expression, just let it go.
Yeah, I'm just letting it go. The second ones, it become more like I think more on what I'm doing in the studio. Get more like within myself, let you know more.
Yeah.
And like on the third one, I say Word to LA was more like I'm getting better now.
Okay.
So I'm making real songs. Like I got real features on there. I'm making real songs. And this last one was like I'm writing. Even when I'm not in the studio, I'm writing. I'm taking my time out the day to write. When if the cadence I'm coming up with is like real songs. So it's more like put together. So it's just
that's kind of on the same tip that I had. Like the way I kind of broke it down, I was like, I feel like 6 Summers and Word to LA were, for lack of better words, mixtapes, right? Just throwing it out there, see what you can put together. Still good, right? Yeah. But once you got to Loyal, it seems like you tightened up, right? And obviously the features on there, you got Dirk, you got Von, you got, what I'm saying, you got Gunna on there as well. Like you got the features on there, which I feel like give you the attention. But this go round, I feel like you have that minus the features, which allows you to stand on your own. Yeah. So was that calculated when you said, okay, when we putting this one together, let's kind of step away from the features, kind of see what I do on myself?
Yeah, because it was more like just being in the industry.
Gotcha.
So I was learning to be in the industry instead of learning to be myself and put out what's really me. Yeah. Like that's why I said them fun records was just going there and go and go.
You were going there trying to make the radio record.
Yeah, make radio record, make fun record, make stuff people like. And these ones that I'm doing now,
they resonate.
This shit is me, and this is what I want to teach about me. This is what I want you to know about, like my individual. Like it's.
You say something else on there. You say you talk about witnessing your friend's dad overdose.
Yeah.
How old were you when that happened?
I was young. I was super young.
Damn.
So a lot of stuff in my music, like right now, I live a good life. Yeah. So it's like I live in a good space. I drive a nice car. I got them. The space I live in is not poverty. It's not bad. It's nothing going on there. So I can't be talking about right now. Right, so maybe in a year or two or
you can get to right now.
I can dwell on right now. But right now, like I'm rapping about stuff I've been through.
But I mean, for me, what it sounds like, honestly, when you hear "Do for Love," it sounds like it's therapeutic.
Yeah,
it sounds like you're getting all these things off your chest. Even another thing that you say, you said, "I ain't praising that demon shit. I really seen that shit." You know what I'm saying? Kind of talking about, and for me, to be honest, bro, when I was listening to the early music, and there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody goes off their experiences in their life, and I'm not here to judge that. Yeah. But when you hear the first 2 projects, you hear that. Yeah. And then when you hear "Do for Love," you hear the reflective of like, okay, I live that. That's my lifestyle, but I'm not trying to praise that shit no more like that. You know what I mean? So I applaud you on that for kind of coming full circle with this and kind of having a sense of mind of like being more reflective and kind of talking about your experiences. Because what happens is the kids is listening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And people that you don't want to kind of like give them the same experience or the same things or promote the same type of lifestyle that you want it to be out of. You know what I mean? And I think that's kind of deep on those 2 levels. Talk about obviously working with Dirk. Dirk's your cousin, right?
No, that's my broski.
He's family. He's family.
Family.
We'll just say
Family.
it's like when you roll, it's like you play cousins anyway. So it's like that's family. What was it like?
It's closer than cousins because I ain't got no no cousins like how close we is. Like I ain't never had a cousin like that.
What was the relationship? You guys grew up in the same neighborhood, or what was like? How did you guys link up?
Yeah, so you know, in Chicago, so it's like blocks, right? But I grew up in the projects. Okay. So I left the projects when I was like 8. So everybody, when they tore down the projects, everybody went on blocks. Okay. Like, so everybody went to the neighborhoods instead of the projects. So we just grew up on different blocks. We'd probably like go to their parties, or they'll be walking to Boys and Girls Clubs and all that. So we all actually, in actuality, we all grew up together for real.
And so when did it become like more of a professional relationship in terms of music? Like, were you always around? Like, for example, when's the first time you actually made music, like recorded a song?
The first time I actually recorded a song was, see, I come up on doing talent shows and having karaoke's
So
every
you was
Christmas.
always
Yeah, so I was always into music, but like my first time doing a real song and like putting it out to where people heard it, YouTube and all that, it probably was like 2010.
Oh damn, okay.
Yeah.
So was this is prior to having a relationship with Dirk musically, right?
Yeah, this was like they probably was rapping in 10 too. But I put one song out. They was like putting songs like I didn't see it. Like I didn't see like you can make it in music. Like I didn't see that.
It was just a hobby at that point.
Yeah,
so
it was
like
just put it out, see what they doing,
Yeah.
like just some fun shit. But like they took it on another level. Like even my little bro Rondo number 9 in LA, like they seen that they could make it. So they was in the studio every day at one point. So yeah.
So for you, when was that moment you felt like, okay, this can actually be something? Like I can actually make a living off of this. Like I got attention off of this for you.
This was all right. So basically, Dirk moved to Atlanta, probably in like 16. I want to say 15 or 16, and I was still like I was in the trenches, but I was rapping. But I probably was the only one really rapping, like putting the video out every now and then.
Yeah.
But then bro was like, come to Atlanta, and I started going to Atlanta. And so he had a studio in his basement. He had like a real studio in his basement. So we would just rap. But then I started seeing from it. Like I started having more fans, page going up. Like I started getting more like I started receiving more from it.
Recognition off of it. Were you getting paid at that point, or just more of just?
No, I wasn't getting paid. So 6 Summers is like that. I'm a rapper. Like,
I got it. This is my introduction.
Yeah, I'm a rapper. I want to do this. I want to spend all my time on this. I want to drive and go to the studio. Like, so yeah, 6 Summers, which that came out probably like 17, 18. So 2018 is like when I really like took rapping really serious to where I was like, Dirk, you ain't got to tell me to go to the studio. I'm already in the studio.
Matter of fact, I got my own shit going on.
Yeah.
Now, what would Booka600? What would you be doing if music wasn't it? Like, what was it leading up to 2018? What jobs did you have? What things were you going to school? Like, what was on your mind?
Probably none. Like
trenches.
Yeah, trenches. So what people probably might not understand is like the people in the trenches don't look forward to nothing. It's nothing to look forward to. What you looking forward to is the everyday getting high, getting fresh.
Damn. Finding
a way to put on nice clothes and finding a way to be drunk, be high. Like, that's what you look forward to. You ain't looking forward to, you barely even looking forward to having a nice car. Like, as long as you have a car. Like, you ain't looking forward to going to pay bills. You're not looking forward to achieving, like, oh, I'm on this level, I'm going to go to this level. Now, 6 months from now, I see myself at this level. Like, I ain't see that until I got out of the trenches for real. So, I'll probably be still on the block.
That's wild.
Seeing where I'm getting my next outfit from. Like,
that's crazy.
My mind opened up way more now. Like,
so, how would you approach somebody that's in that current situation right now? What message would you give to them, to somebody that you can let them know? And it's obvious there's a better way out. Like, we hear all these cliche, messages, but how does that actually like penetrate somebody's like thought process to say, oh, you're right, or let me try this thing? It doesn't have to be music, but let me try going to school, or let me try insert trade here. Like, what message would you tell that person that could be listening?
I tell them what I experienced. I didn't see it. So I let them know, just like I experienced and everything I went through, like, I didn't see it. You're not going to see it.
Got it.
Until you do it and make yourself see it.
So at least try.
Yeah, so I tell them, like, make goals. Write down goals. If you want to make a goal to have $200 in 2 days, make that goal and accomplish that goal. That's going to show you that you can do it. So that's going to go from you wanting $200 to $5,000. Right. You're going to go do it. Are you in a house right here paying $500 a month this for a shack or something? Like, if you grind and you write the plans down and you got them and go run and chase something, you're going to have that nice house that you want. Yeah. Like, even though you don't see it, like, no, you can't see it, like, until you do it.
You got a song on here called Grew Up on Drugs. And I was the reason why I asked you earlier, the percentage of experiences, is this something that you actually went through?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Every day. Like, I've was doing drugs since I was probably like 11, 12 for real. Smoking weed. So weed is a drug.
Yeah. But anything harder than that?
Nah.
Okay.
Well, pills, I did pills, yeah. So what I say now, like, I be wondering like how life be so crazy, because back then when you seen don't do drug posters,
right.
It was pills. It was the stuff that people doing now.
Yeah.
The capsules, the Percocets, it's all them drugs. So I be thinking like, damn, how they know that shit 20 years ago? Because they didn't have weed on there. They didn't have ecstasy pills
No.
on
They
there.
had weed when how old are you?
27.
Okay, so I'm gonna be 39. Actually, I'm gonna be 40. Goddamn, I'm gonna be 40 next year, right?
Mm-hmm.
When the don't do drugs shit was when I was younger, obviously it was the crack epidemic, but they were like looking at weed as well.
Mm-hmm.
So they were targeting obviously cocaine, crack cocaine, but they was targeting weed as well because they knew the youth was kind of like going. That was like they called it that's the gateway drug. Like weed is the gateway drug to
do other shit. Yeah.
But so what you're saying is that they were looking at the pills and wow, bro.
See, we didn't even know about pills. Like when I was young, like 12, 13, to when you start doing shit like that, like we had weed. It wasn't no pills. Right. It wasn't no Percocet. It wasn't no Molly. It wasn't no.
So when they're saying don't do drugs, you're not even like you're not looking at weed as a drug. You're looking at the other stuff that they're talking about. Yeah. Got you. We mentioned be grateful. How important is that to your lifestyle? And obviously the circumstances that you've come out of, like on a day to day, like how important is that for you?
That's most important for me, because it take away the urge, right? So if you grateful of what you got, you ain't gonna have the urge to go and get something that you don't get. And when I say the urge, I mean to make you do bad shit and make you do shit against yourself, against your people. Like, being grateful is basically you understanding life for what it is. Like, you ain't down and sad because you don't have this, that, and that. You grateful for what you got. Yeah. And that's most thing that bring depression. People wanting more. People wanting better cars. People wanting a better life. People wanting better relationships with somebody instead of being grateful for the relationships you already have. Yeah.
That's one of the messages I try to give to people all the time. It's like, yo, man, be grateful for what you have, like versus complaining about what you don't have. Because what you're doing is you attracting that shit anyway. The shit that you say you want to get, or that you complain that you don't have, you're just only manifesting more of not achieving that said thing. So I'm glad that you got a song on there that kind of speaks to that. Because again, it's just about planting seeds. In my personal opinion, it's like you may not get it, and that's the thing. When I'm listening to Do for Love, I hear something new every single time. It's like, oh damn, okay, he said this. Okay, damn, he kind of went into that, but didn't really. All right, let me ask about this. And you did say something very interesting earlier. Yeah, you mentioned you said Dirk is closer than family, right? Yeah, and you had a line on. This is actually on Loyal. You said, "Turning my back on family, and I don't feel ashamed." Yeah, talk about that. Like, what the fuck did your family do for you to be like, yo, later for y'all, and I don't even feel bad about this. That's got to take a certain level of like, yo, y'all fucked up. Yeah, talk about the relationship with your family.
Just family members who never really been there for you. You feel me? So if you never really been there for me, and I keep trying, you feel me? I just come to a point where I'm like, man, forget it, and I don't care about it, and it's not hurting me. Like,
are you a 3 strikes type person, or is it once you kind of harm me or do me dirty, I'm done with you?
I'm like my mama. Like, once you do her dirty, like
one time, that's
one
it.
Time. Yeah.
Do you guys have a close relationship? Is she still here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so you and your moms are still good.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Pops.
Yeah. Pops cool. Yeah. Cool.
You and Pops cool?
Yeah, cool.
You got any sisters, brothers, sisters?
Yeah, I got 2 sisters and I got like 10 brothers for real.
God damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's on my pop's ass. So my mom
Pop
got 3 kids. She got
yeah. But you cool with all them?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just making sure, because when I hear family, I think of that. I think of like immediate family. You're talking
about
I'm
like talking about the
cousins.
The cousins, the aunties.
Cousins.
Yeah.
Got you.
Because brothers and sisters, like, that's once you get to a point where you into it with your brothers and sisters, like
that's right. When I hear that, I heard that's what I'm hearing. I'm like, damn, let me see if everything's okay.
Some people do though.
Some people
get into it with their brothers and sisters, like,
and that's why I'm asking. I just want a clarification. So I'm saying that's why when I'm listening, I'm hearing certain things that for me, I'm all about, and this is some nuggets and jewels for any artist out there, man. Talk about your life. Like, that's the shit that interests me. That's when I sit down and want to talk to you or do an interview, I want to talk about these life experiences. Yes, hit songs here and there, that's going to do what it's going to do. But for me to become a fan, I have to kind of be invested in who you are. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm hearing certain things in Do For Love or Loyal, like, that's the thing that kind of intrigues me.
That's my whole thing about how I'm making my music now. I don't want the fans that's here for the hit record. You feel me? Because once the hit record gone, the fans gone. Yeah. So I want to be that type of person to really have people that listen to me and apply my music to their life and make their life better. Man. So yeah, that'd be my whole thing about, like, that's why I sit down and write now. That's why I, do stuff the right way. So I can grasp as many people as I can, for real.
Well, speaking of hits, man, I want to make sure I get the correction. On Loyal, you had Lil Baby, Gunna, and Lil TJ.
Yeah.
You had, obviously, rest in peace, Vaughn. You had Dirk on other songs and other projects.
Yeah.
So talk about those experiences of working with all of those people, right? Yeah. Is there anybody on top of your mind now? I know you said you're not really looking for the hits, but when you sit down and kind of write something, do you come in mind like, damn, I would love to get them in the studio and get their perspective or work with them, go back and forth? You know what I'm saying? Like, are there bucket lists artists, an artist that you have as a bucket list that you want to, work with?
Man, so, like, I think a lot. So I don't really listen to artists these days. Okay. You feel me? Because it'd be a bunch of whatever. Yeah. It's nothing I want to listen to. Like, I got older. Like, I be into, like.
Well, I'm gonna push back on that. Yeah. There are artists that way, right? Yeah. You just gotta find them. I feel like you gotta dig deep and find them. There's artists that are out there. You know what I'm saying?
There's really speaking that pain and really speaking that real life shit. Exactly. It is. They get overlooked by the people who making them everyday hits, that nothing type music. So
that's what I'm saying. So when you're sitting down and you thinking about this, is there somebody that you like? Damn, man, either this song will be perfect for them, or man, I would love just to collab with them and kind of just, see how they kind of like work, or, you know what I mean? Anybody that's on your mind that you like, damn, I would love to get in the studio with them.
Like, of the youth?
Don't matter. It could be anybody.
No, because my inspiration, like, who I really love a song with, and that is like complete, like Lauryn Hill. That's my favorite. Hill. Yeah, that's my favorite artist. Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like she the dopest, like, artist to ever live, for real.
So she,
like, Michael Jackson was phenomenal, but like Lauryn Hill was just like different.
Lauryn Hill,
like,
that'd be fire.
Yeah, it'd be hard.
Booka600 and fucking Lauryn Hill, dog. That'd be crazy.
Crazy.
You speak on Michael Jackson. All right. Now I gotta ask you this, because you got a line in here. You say they bleached Michael's skin after a Thriller, right?
After Billie Jean.
After Billie Jean.
Yeah.
Are you a conspiracy theorist? Are there other things that okay, for example, you know why he bleached his skin, right?
What I know and what I believe is he had like a skin condition.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So because when you said they, I'm like, okay, do you think that other people made him do it, or like what?
No. I would think, when I say they, I'll just be talking about like the doctors and whoever performed the procedure.
All right.
But like, it's a whole line of that. Like, they bleach Michael's skin out. So it's just like bleach jeans. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you know how you bleach some jeans? You really can't, like, that's something I think of when I think of bleach. Like, how you bleach some jeans. So, and then the song Billie Jean, that's all.
I wasn't there yet. I'd say I'm not an artist like you, bro. I didn't even make the connection. Now I get it. God damn it. Now I feel kind of crazy and shit. Damn. Okay. Let me ask you this though. So, because I was just thinking about conspiracy theories. Do you believe that aliens exist?
Me, honestly?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
How do you not believe aliens exist?
I just don't see it. But if I was to see it, I wouldn't be surprised.
Got it. Okay. So
whatever, I feel like God is so like a wonderful and can't be thought of and can't be like his creations is like unthought. You can't even think of his creation. So I'm that type. I'll see something, I'll be like, I ain't surprised.
But you have to actually physically see it. You got to see.
For me to believe something? Yeah. No, it just got to be dwelled upon. It just got to be like, man, somebody seen it And obviously, for it to be talked about so much, somebody had to see it. Like,
well, I mean, they just I forgot what the records are. They're technically not calling them UFOs anymore. I forgot the new term, but they're basically saying the U.S. government is saying like, oh no, we know they exist. They meaning UFOs. I forgot the name of the term of it, but it was something that happened within the last year. They're like, yo, the shit that we kept saying that y'all was crazy about, yeah, we can't explain this shit. So for me, I've always been a believer in aliens. I feel like this is too big of a universe for, another entity, another living, existence to be on different planets or somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Out of this galaxy at least. Yeah. What about flat Earth? Do you think the world is flat? Or do you think the world is round? There's flat earthers out there that say that the world is flat. There's no way it can be round.
I mean, how you gonna call the world flat? And when you see these astronauts and all this fly out, you see
They say it's all made up.
They say all that's made up.
They say all that's made up.
They say everything made up for real.
What about Bigfoot? Does Booka600 believe in Bigfoot?
Man, I'm telling you, God wonderful. Like
Bigfoot out there.
Ain't no telling what's out there, bro. Like me and my homie T, my brother T. We talk about mermaids. We talk about like all this stuff, aliens. We talk about like it's things out there now.
There's mermaids. Do you think there's mermaids here on Earth?
I believe anything is possible. That's what
so you're not gonna catch me in no bullshit.
No, I believe anything is possible. I won't be surprised at nothing.
Oh man. Do for Love out right now. There's a couple other things I do want to talk about, man. Chicago obviously being the home. Yeah. I don't, and we can take this out if you want me to take this out. But you mentioned before we started, you like, yeah. I asked you, you live there? You like, nah. So you live somewhere else now, right?
Yeah.
When was the decision for you to say, I got to get out of here? Let me get up. You talked about obviously going to Atlanta with Dirk earlier, as far as we're making music. But when was it important for you to say, nah, I'm not gonna come back home. I'm gonna just set up shop out here and kind of live?
Like I told you, when you in Chicago, just the trenches, you be accustomed to only certain things. So when I moved and when I went to Atlanta, probably like 16, 17, I started seeing different. I started seeing that little small shit, like you can get your license. You can go get an ID and do this. You can go do this. So once I started seeing that, like,
he's like, oh, bet. Like, what am I doing?
What am I doing now?
Yeah.
Like,
and then you feel like there's no possibility to make that happen
unless
back home.
Yeah, unless you see it. Like, that's why I say when it goes back to when I told you, like, unless you see something, that's when you're gonna be like, man, I can achieve that.
Yeah.
So I started seeing it. Like, I started seeing I can take care of myself. I started seeing I can get an apartment. I started seeing I can buy a car. And guess what? Every time I went back to Chicago, I started remembering why I left.
Got it. So it wasn't even enticing when you got back to be like, oh, yeah, I could. It's like, nope, that's why I'm over
This
here.
is exactly why right here.
Gotcha.
People sitting around talking about nothing.
Yeah.
People glorify the wrong things. Like, it just opened my eyes every time I do even go back, for real.
My boy PB, he's the one that films all of our interviews. Yeah. He has a series. I forgot the name. What's the name of it again? Say it again. Winners lose a lot.
Yeah.
When is the time that you were at your lowest, and how did you overcome that? Was it the drugs? Was it again being in the trenches? Was it moving away? What was a moment for you that you were at your absolute lowest, and how did you get over that?
I mean, like, that's a hard question for me, right? Because I come from lowest. All I ever knew was lowest, so I can't even pinpoint what was my lowest in my life.
I mean, you can talk about just a specific, just any
experience. If I could speak on music, like, I speak on just my music, my career. Like, probably like this was after I had a deal and shit. So I had got a deal, and when I got the deal, and I had Loyal, so I'm gonna speak on the Loyal project. You know, I had Baby, Dirk,
right, and
this is why I made the album by myself this time and no features, because I seen like features don't make who you are. So at the same time, so when my album didn't do what I expected it to do, that's because I took the money to do the album, and I did everything I had to do. And when I got done doing everything I had to do, it wasn't no money to really push and put it in people's face.
Yeah.
You feel me?
So like you have this amazing body of work. But
Yeah.
It's like you need that, and for artists and just people, it takes a lot of marketing dollars to get this
sure,
shit going.
For
you know
sure.
what I'm saying? So you had this amazing body of work.
Yeah.
Everything that you needed to construct this, but now you can't even scream from the mountaintops of how dope this project is.
Was because I done used everything. Like, even learning the lesson, I done used it, like, shooting videos for fucking $15,000. Nobody really telling me, like, man, you don't need $15,000 to do this, or doing this for $20,000. Like, so now I was at my lowest to where I was like, I wasn't recording. I was just trying to figure it out. I'm out of my deal. Now I done banked on this for my next option on my deal, and it didn't come. So now I just banked on fucking $500,000, and now I ain't even got that to even think of, like, damn, I really supposed to have that $500,000, but it didn't go right. You feel me? So that just made me grind for real. That made me get up, and now I'm shooting videos with $3,000, looking better than the videos I shot for $5,000.
Your latest couple of visuals is clean as hell.
Yeah, and I didn't spend $15,000 to do that.
Yeah.
So I'm just learning, like, even studio, like, all right, if I got 6 hours in the studio, I'm not finna get to the studio and make 2 songs with them 3 hours. I'm finna write 6 songs at home.
Yeah.
And when I go to the studio, I'm finna record all 6, and I'm gonna have 3 hours to make some new songs. So it just changed
I
up
love
everything.
that you said that, because a lot of people see the success. They see the records. They see, again, Baby. They see with Dirk. They see with Gunna, and they're like, oh, he's made it, right?
Yeah.
But they never talk about, the sacrifices that come from that, and the amount of pressure that's on you after you perform that, and people expect you to live or look a certain way. It's like now you got to keep up with that expectation. It's a different level of pressure that people don't know about. So I commend you on that, because I feel like that is a very low moment to be in. Some people would give up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people can't make it past that. So I think that's dope for you, man. Do for Love out right now. One last thing. You mentioned Atlanta, right? You're from Chicago.
Yeah.
Now, I need you to rate the hip-hop scenes, right?
Yeah.
Currently out right now. I'm just going to give you a couple of cities and just kind of rank them where you feel like, oh, they're the best. Not to worst, but it's like 1, 2, and 3, right? 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
Not Chicago.
Okay.
We got Atlanta, Detroit, Memphis, L.A., and New York. Which one do you think? Let's just go at the top. Which one do you think is like, okay, that scene is booming?
Atlanta.
Yeah. So what's after Atlanta?
New York.
Yeah. What's after New York?
What's the last 3 left?
We got Detroit.
I
don't know if I mentioned Memphis.
Yeah. And L.A. So we got Atlanta, New York. And we talking about right now, like, artists that's right now.
Right now.
I say Memphis. Number 3.
Okay.
Detroit, and then L.A. number.
Now,
but L.A. is a front runner. Like, they creators. It's just we talking right now though.
Got you.
So if you pull up a radio or go in a club, or it ain't really too many L.A. artists that's right on that popping scene right now. Like, they front runners. They created this shit too. But like,
if you had to insert Chicago in there, where would you put Chicago?
Chicago right now? Probably number 4.
So right before L.A.
Right before.
Because L.A. is the last.
We talking real facts. Like,
yeah.
I say. Yeah, right under Memphis.
Right under. Well, no, right Memphis is okay.
Memphis number 3.
Number 3.
So I put them 4, right before Detroit.
So Detroit, then L.A.
Then L.A. Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
All right. Do for Love out right now, man. I mean, there's a lot we can really get into, man. But I definitely want to say this for maybe another conversation that we will have, bro. Yeah. And it's a pleasure to talk to you. It's a pleasure to see you do your thing, and I want nothing but the best for you. And I see you shining right now.
Appreciate it,
you know
bro.
What I'm saying? Is there anything you want to tell the people out there that we may not have discussed or talked about that you want to make sure that people do know about?
Just follow me. Like, just if you up on my music or if you're not, like I come with guidance. Like that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to change what's going on right now. Like I want to make a dramatic change to everything that's going on right now. I want to make it back fun to listen to music. I want to make it to where people can go to parties without anything happening, or people can like sit down and listen to me and get through stuff. Like I want to be that light. So that's what I'm grinding to do. I'm grinding to be that light for people, period. Like
Booka600, man. Hey, and see, and this is kind of going back to the beginning of the interview. You hear "Do for Love," you automatically think of. I mean, and you got some stuff that some romance and stuff in there too, right?
Yeah.
But it's all other stuff, the things that you do for love, and it scratches the surface from reality, lifestyle coming up. Family members. Even you touched on religion a little bit in there as well. So it's like there's a lot of things that are in there. It's not just that surface level of love. So go on and check out the project. Congratulations on everything, man. I enjoy listening to it, man. It was a pleasure talking to you, brother.
Appreciate it.
All right, much love. Booka600, man. Love. Chuck Dizzle, live and direct. Catch y'all next time.